Hey everybody, welcome back to another pickups video. I've got some more classic retro games here for you. Just adjusting my camera, so bear with me. Okay, so first game. These were all bought from eBay again. I bought a job lot of 10. Mixture sort of stuff. This one, what did this cost me? I'm just trying to look it up. £18.50. Yeah, £18.50. That included £2.50 postage on this one. So you're looking at £16 for 10 games, which £1.60 a game. Pretty good. Obviously, if you want to count the postage in that, you're looking at £1.85 per game again, which is still good. I also bought a game separate, which I paid £6 for. Many of you might not think that that one's a bargain when you see what it is, but anyone who knows and has ever played the game will know that it's a real good game. So I'm happy with the purchase. Anyway, let's crack on. So first game I have to show you is this one. Leaderboard. The original. Some would say the best, although World Class Leaderboard came along and possibly changed people's minds on that one. But there we have it. Leaderboard for the Commodore 64. In the Kicks case original. That one's slightly it might just need, yeah, it needs putting into the thing. I'll sort that out at some point. There you go. Original cassette, and obviously instructions in the inlay card, as was the way of things back in the day. All these ones I'll show you first of all are for the Commodore 64. There we go. Zoom the camera as always. I don't know why it doesn't automatically do that. It's a pain in the butt, but there you go. Leaderboard. Game number 1. Game 2. Space Pilot, an Anirog software game. If you remember Anirog back in the day, there you go. If you didn't, there's their address. From 1984. Once again, the original case, and inlay has the instructions on. Again, all these I think were guaranteed, tested and working, so I'm hopeful that they will do on mine. I don't see any reason why they won't if someone else has tested them. Next one we have Pooyan. A strange name, but I do vaguely recall it, so I'm guessing it was well known back in the time. I like the logo that's printed on the cassette though, that's pretty cool. And again, we have the instructions on the inlay. Looks like it's recorded on both sides, like most of the games were back in the day, unless you needed the reverse side for anything else. Konami's Pooyan. What shall we show you next? I've only got 3 ZX Spectrum games this week, so there'll be a few people out there. David, I'm sure you're disappointed. But here we go. Another Commodore 64 classic. Hypersports, in its original clamshell case. I'll zoom in on that one. Love Hypersports. I mean, joysticks don't love Hypersports, to be fair, but I loved Hypersports. I loved it on the computers, like on the Commodore 64 when I played it. I've played it on ZX Spectrum as well, and I loved it in the arcades. I spent, I don't even want to know how much I spent on this in the arcades. It's just an absolute classic, basically, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I haven't up yet. There we go. Instructions included, a little booklet, and Hypersports. I'm not going to get that out of there, but you can get the idea. A classic. I probably would have paid £15 for that by itself, but hey, don't tell the seller I said that. Next one. Labyrinth, the game of the movie. You can tell it's a Lucasfilm game. Probably can zoom in on that one for you. There we go. A few screenshots. The computer game was created with cooperation of Henson Associates, so you do know it's from the movie. Zoom back out. I can show you everything else. Yeah, there's all the instructions there. Jareth addresses you personally and lots of things there. The great Mr. David Bowie. Absolute legend. Sorely missed. Yeah, so there we go. I don't think they got greatly received as far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't got a clue, but I don't think it's the best game, but it's another one for the collection. That's all I'm happy with. Okay, I've got 2 more left on the 64. This is the first one. Jack the Nipper 2 in Coconut Capers. And a sticker on the front there, which is a little bit annoying. I think that's actually on the inlay, which is a bit irritating, but hey ho. It's good condition though. I mean, you know, apart from that, the case is in very good condition. This one I don't think has instructions. So remember to open it properly. Yeah, this one doesn't have instructions. We got that. And look at this. This is what you had to do if you were in trouble in a game back in the day. Look, I'm a jungle wimp and I need some help. I played Jack the Nipper 2 on thing. So far I've achieved a naughtiness rating or whatever. So far I managed to increase my naughtiness to get the following tricks. Please help me by sending me Jack the Nipper 2 hint sheet and or Jack the Nipper 2 full colour poster. Check or postal order for 99p. I wonder if you could send that off now and still get that. That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? That's awesome though. And that's what we had to do back in the day. Unless you bought a magazine that had the hints and tips in it, you know, without the internet, you would sometimes they in Crash magazine and Zap, the Commodore 64 and Spectrum magazines, they would put a section at the back of the magazine where you could write in if you were stuck on a game, and they would send you, you know, help, instructions, what to do, you know, tips, which is awesome, isn't it? When you think about it, it's so much easier now. Of course, you know, you get stuck on a modern game, you just go on Google, but that's how we did it back in the day, and there's something quite nostalgic about that too, isn't there? Really. Okay, next one, final one for the Commodore 64. Oh, I've dropped it. It was in good condition. Chambers of Shaolin, the Grand Slam game, originally $3.99. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom for you. Have a little look. He's got a high kick. Look at that one. An exceptional 1 to 2 player martial arts game featuring stunning graphics. Well, they're selling it to me. Turn to original zoom. Just show you what's inside. There we go. Cassette. And this has got a nice instruction book. This one, it's in very good condition. Yeah, really good condition, that. I don't know what the game's like though, so I can talk about condition all I like, but the game might be absolute rubbish, but we'll see. So that was it for the Commodore 64. Some quite good games in there. And I got a couple of real classics for the ZX Spectrum. First one I got's not a real classic as far as I know, but Bump Set Spike, bit of volleyball action with a stunning yellow case. Look at that. That's awesome. This was the budget. I think it was a Mastertronic budget label, Entertainment USA, from what I remember. There's your cassette. We've got the screenshots that are inside. Wow, look at the controls. That's it. Wow. Yeah, and there's the screenshots. Let's get in a little bit of a close-up for you. There we go. Bit of volleyball action. Actually, from what I can remember, the game wasn't too bad. I might be remembering it wrong. I don't know. But I don't think it was too bad, from what I can remember. But, you know, it's part of the job lot, so I'll take it anyway, of course. Bump Set Spike, in case you forgot. Okay, last two now for the ZX Spectrum. Trying to work out which classic to show you first. Well, I'll show you this one first, as it's in a small case. Nighttime, another Mastertronic game, Mad. That was their label again. What a classic game this one is, though. So I'll show you. I'll do this. I'll show you this first. This might make more sense. Oh, look at that. I love the cassettes on these, like little comic book illustrations. It's so cool. Nice white cassette as well. Obviously we got the instructions as always inside. Pretty cool as well. And then I'll just show you that. I'll zoom in for the screenshots. Here we go. There's a screenshot. I think anyone who's ever played the Nighttime series, the Magic Knight series, when they were called Magic Knight, will know how good those games are. Yeah, Nighttime, without a doubt, an absolute classic. So that was cool. And the other classic I got, it's a bit battered, this one, unfortunately. Well, part of the case is chipped, but Movie by Imagine Games. Movie was a brilliant game. So that one of those isometric games. It's got a 99p sticker on it. Wow. I got a bargain then. Actually, I didn't get a bargain because it was 99p then. Oh yes, and they've included a magazine disc for this one. So obviously we got the original cassette here. That's a disc then, didn't I? I mean cassette, obviously. That's the original cassette. And then this one, yeah, this is obviously come from the magazine. Obviously, what is it? Your Sinclair, this has come from. And that's really cool because obviously if any problems with the main cassette, if that doesn't work for some reason, this has got the full game on it. So I've kind of got a backup version. So that's really cool. So I appreciate that. It did actually put that on the listing, so that was cool. Inside we've got the instructions, which these look really good. Look, there we go. And you could tell this is a bit more of a complex game. Look, the instructions on this one. I remember when I played it as a kid, it was quite complicated. I did find it quite complicated. It's in the style of like Head Over Heels, Batman, you know, the Ocean games that were just absolute classics for the ZX Spectrum. That, like I said, that isometric sort of style. But it's kind of set like a sort of film noir type game. It's just a bit of a shame that the case has got a chip in it, but that can easily be replaced. I can buy a blank cassette case for that. So that's the last of those, the eBay job lot, which I was really happy with. And I bought also, actually I'm casting a shadow. You can see a sneak preview of the game I'm going to show you next. Just going to get those out of the way. They're blocking my light. Here we go. International Superstar Soccer Pro 98 for the PlayStation. I bought this. This used to be my favourite football game. I thought it was absolutely brilliant when it came out. And I got a version of it, a slightly illegal version, downloaded. Well, but I'll tell the story. I owned the game, played it to death, scratched it up to heck, and it got basically to the point where nothing would ever read it. So when I was setting up my PlayStation Classic, I thought I want that on my PlayStation Classic. You know, I worked out how to get it on there. Downloaded a copy, which I don't feel bad about because obviously I own the game. So, you know, I feel like if you own the game, you're entitled to download another copy of it. Anyway, it wouldn't work. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and buy it because I love it. And I can always play it on my PS1, PS2 or PS3. So, you know, looked everywhere. And the price of this game is astonishing. It's still like, some people are charging 10, 12, 15 quid for it still. I managed to get this one for £6.50. And it is in perfect condition. I mean, there isn't a mark on it. It's in awesome condition. And obviously we open it up. Nothing broken inside. It's got all the paperwork. I mean, literally everything in it that it used to have. Instruction manual, again in perfect condition. And it's even got its Metal Gear Solid demo disc in there. And there's the game itself, obviously. And we'll zoom in and show you the screenshots. No, that didn't zoom in very well, did it? Yeah, it might not be able to because of the glass case. It's reflecting, I think, a little bit. There we go. That's probably the best angle I can get for you on that one. I mean, let me know in the comments if you've ever played this game and you agree with me that it is one of the best football games ever made. I mean, obviously modern games, they've upped the ante. They're a lot better now than the retro games. But this is probably my favourite retro football game. I love Emily Hughes International Soccer and Matchday 2. They've always got a special place in my heart and I will still play them quite a lot. This game, since I bought it, has not been out of the PS3 until I've done this demo for you. I put it in my PS3 because I like the PS3 controller. Yeah, and it's not been out of it, basically. I've been playing it all the time. I've even gone to the trouble of editing the team names, which is something you could do. You could edit all the player names and everything else. And yeah, it's just a classic. It's an absolute classic. it feels quite simple to play now compared to, like, you know, you're playing the modern games and stuff, but still so playable. And yeah, it just makes me want to get all my mates around from school like I used to. And well, I was at school back then. I was 25 or 24 years old then, but, you know, all my old school mates that were all grown up at least. And you know, just have another footy tournament, because we used to have so much fun on this. So anyway, I didn't feel bad about paying £6.50 for that. Not when I've seen what it's going for in a lot of places. And there's talk as well, obviously, as I'm sure we've all seen the announcement. I'm going to put that down now. Hold on. For PS5, there's talk that PS5 is going to be fully backwards compatible with PS1, 2, and 3 and 4. So if that is the case, then I would imagine PlayStation 1 and 2 games, and even obviously PS3 as well, are going to start going up in price again. Because obviously anything that's backwards compatible, I mean, you see it now in CEX, if a game is backwards compatible, Xbox One sort of thing or whatever, they charge a fortune for it. So I think £6.50 in the long run, it could prove to be a good investment. So I'm happy with that anyway. So yeah, the total price for all of this is, including the postage, £25. For 10 retro games, or, you know, Speckian Commodore 64 games and a PS1 game, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and take care. I've got more orders on the way, so there's going to be more pickups videos coming in the next couple of weeks, I'm pretty sure. You know, depending on postage and stuff and when things turn up. We're getting to that time of year, aren't we? Christmas posts and all that, so things could get delayed, but hopefully I'll have some videos for you in the next week or so. Thanks guys. If you're a first time viewer, please don't forget to throw me a subscribe. That would be great. There's loads of videos like this, loads of gameplay videos. If you're into retro gaming, that's mostly what this channel's about now. But, you know, any suggestions to what I can feature in future, if you've got any ideas, chuck them my way, and I'll be happy to oblige. Thanks guys, take care. See you on the next video. Bye for now.